Just a quick note, if you are only listening to this podcast auditorily and not seeing us, this might be a fun time to try watching us on YouTube or on Spotify in video format because we are going to be sharing some visuals.
You're still welcome to listen on audio only. We love you any way we can get you, but yeah, check out the video if you've been meaning to, because this is a fun one and there's lots to see with your eyeballs.
Welcome to the Not My Scene podcast, the podcast where we explore different scenes, communities, subcultures, and corners of the internet and tell you what we find. I'm Yarden.
I'm Kaya, and today we have a wonderful guest. Christina, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name's Christina. I am one of the hosts of the podcast Movies That Raised Us, a certified fangirl, so I'm just super happy to be here.
Yay, we're so excited to have you. I feel like you're such a pro at dissecting media and also in the world of nostalgia generally, so this will be very fun.
I will gladly take that title. I don't know if I would consider myself a pro as much as just like a fanatic crazy person, but I will gladly take it. Thank you.
We release episodes every other Tuesday. If you haven't already, go ahead and follow or subscribe wherever you're listening to this. Give us a rate, share with a friend, and you can always email us at notmyscenepod@gmail.com.
And Christina, do you want to tell the listeners where they can find Movies That Raised Us if they don't already know?
Absolutely. You can find us on Instagram at Movies That Raised Us. You can find us on TikTok at Movies That Raised Us Pod. You can find us on Twitter at MTRU_pod. You can find us on Patreon, Movies That Raised Us. And you can always send us a good old-fashioned email at moviesthatraisedus@gmail.com. I think that's everything.
Consistent. I love it.
Amazing. All right. So, Kaya, do you want to tell us what your scene has been lately?
Yeah, sure. Okay. My scene this is like not an advice scene. This is just something I'm doing that I don't think other people should be doing. I mean, do it if you want. It's giving me joy, but it's not, once again, not medical advice, which I feel like is a common theme recently with the stuff I'm saying on here.
We are a medical podcast.
Right. That's what I figured coming into this. Like we were hitting the hard-hitting questions.
Yeah.
First and foremost, we're here to talk about vaccines. My scene lately has been, I'm really trying to get into being able to do a handstand this year. That's like my big goal for the year. I'm really far from it. I can't do a handstand and I'm really scared, but I have been doing a lot of like wall kick-ups whenever I have time or I'm feeling like sluggish or bored, in the same thread as like trying to be on my phone less, which is something we've been discussing a lot. I'm also trying to like do a handstand kick up instead of like opening Instagram. Once again, not medical advice. I think there's something maybe to be said about like having blood rush into your head really fast after you've been sitting down for a long time that like get some juices going. I don't know if they're good. But yeah, I've been really enjoying my handstand kick-ups. Anyone can do it if you have a wall. I don't know if it's like actually going to translate into me being able to do a handstand because I'm like so reliant on the infrastructure of the house behind me. But that has been my scene lately.
I really see this for you. I think you will be upside down freestanding by the end of the year.
I feel like my arms would have to get so much stronger. But I appreciate the enthusiasm and I will keep you posted.
Your core is there. It's like arms.
Oh, no. Sorry. My core isn't there either. That's why I have the wall.
I was going to say, I think the core is actually like the most key component to this. I took like a ground circus class in college and yeah, it was all about like A, balance, obviously, and B, like your core. That's the most important thing because that's what's actually going to kind of like hold you up. But you just have to keep doing it and eventually you'll get it. You just have to not be afraid of falling. So like a soft mat cushioning sort of thing, I think will be key.
Okay, I appreciate that. It would be funny to like just try to develop the core strength needed to do handstands only by doing handstand kick-ups
Yeah,
and
like
not
no
any
no
sit-ups.
crunches.
Yeah.
No crunches. This is my preferred core workout.
It sounds more fun, honestly. So
It is fun. Yeah, highly
Well,
recommend.
ground circus class in college sounds awesome.
Yeah, that sounds
I went,
really cool.
I went to acting school, so it's a lot of those kind of classes. Yeah.
Den, do you want to go next? What's been your
Yeah.
scene?
Okay. I mean, this is really a new scene, but poker.
Oh,
We've hosted 2 poker nights so far, but I think I want to have it be sort of a regular thing, like a monthly thing. Something I really like about it is it's something that you can do like socially with friends at home, but it feels less lame than like a game night. And like this is no shade to game nights because I love game nights and like I love like playing Catan and stuff. But I just feel like there's like a different vibe. Like if you're like, I want it to be like, I don't know, a little more sexy.
It feels very grown up. Like that's something that
Yeah.
adults do in like movies from the 90s. So
there's
And,
2
like,
adult
have a
things you can
martini.
do. Right. If you want to
Yeah.
be an adult, you can either do drugs and drink, or you can
Right.
play. You can gamble, and so you're like
Right.
you're gambling, and maybe you're having a martini and doing both.
Yeah.
But like everyone I was playing with, it was like basically our first times, like the last couple times. So we haven't actually bet anything. And I'm realizing now that like you do kind of need to. I think like we're using poker chips. And I think it's like good for learning to not, but like it's really no stakes. And like you need stakes because it's like, okay, well, fuck it. Like, yeah, I'll raise. Like, I'm not.
Right.
Yeah. So I feel like to like really learn the strategy, we'll need to put in some money or favors.
Yeah, it's funny you bring that up because my dad taught me how to play poker when I was a kid as kind of like a single parent activity when I was visiting him. Just one-on-one dad and daughter poker days. It definitely wasn't at night either. It was like 2 p.m.
That's like the most divorced dad thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And I remember really clearly, like from the very beginning, I feel like I was probably like, I don't know, maybe 12 or 10. And he was like, no, we have to play for stakes. Like you can't, as like the first game, he was like, we're in. I think the stakes were like $1 and it was probably like $1 he had given me. But it's important to make sure that when you teach kids to play poker, you're also making sure that they're betting real money.
Yeah. So then they know when they're gambling as adults, this has consequences.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. And also there isn't really much strategy beyond the betting. So it's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
That's what
poker
it is.
face.
Yeah.
Den immediately assumed a poker face as soon as I said that. Yeah.
You nailed it. It's perfect. Yeah.
I have no idea what you're thinking. Are you playing Texas Hold'em or 5
Yeah.
card? Nice.
Texas Hold'em, but if you have any suggestions for any.
No, I so when I was a kid, I played 5 card, but I think it's less exciting than Texas Hold'em because Texas Hold'em, you're like, there's just more cards that you're playing with, so you're getting like bigger hands, bigger deals, bigger bets, and it's much more fun than being like 10 and just having your 5 cards.
It was all you could hold at the time.
Yeah, I couldn't even read. I didn't even know the numbers on the cards. It was just visual, like face cards all in.
There you go.
Well, I'm excited to see how this develops. It's very women and male dominated fields of you to be getting into poker in your late 20s, Den.
Thank you. Yeah. And it was all women last night.
Nice.
Love.
Yeah. Christina, what has been your scene?
My scene lately has been actually cooking breakfast because I work in the service industry. So I wake up very late and then I usually don't eat until like 2:00 and then I have to go to work and then I get home at like 3 in the morning. It's like a toxic, endless cycle. So I've been making myself actually get up at a reasonable time so that I can cook myself breakfast, and it has been really lovely. I recently discovered savory yogurt bowls, which has been kind of like life-changing because I'm not really a sweet breakfast person, but I do love Greek yogurt. So like I would be putting like sweet potato and mushrooms and avocado in there with like various spices and like a squeeze of lemon on top, and it's been delightful. So yeah.
That sounds really good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
that
trying to
sounds
like
awesome.
feed my body good things. Crazy.
Yeah. I feel like a cucumber and yogurt could be
Yeah.
like a no cooking option for that.
Some dill in there, like garlic powder. It all comes together. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
really good. I'm
Yeah.
down with an egg in there too. Like
Yeah?
I can do a hot egg and cold
Yep.
yogurt. I'm not mad
Like
about that.
a runny egg
Yeah.
movement. Yeah.
Yeah. I just draw the line at runny white because I really don't want runny white getting in the white yogurt. I want
Yeah.
runny yellow that I can tell is egg. If that makes
Yeah.
sense.
So like maybe like a boiled egg, like a jammy boiled egg would be the
Yes.
moment. Yeah.
That's what
That
I'd
would be
like,
good.
please. Thank
There
you.
we go. Great. Writing this down for later.
You can just wake up a little earlier and make them for Den and I too. That would
Perfect.
be great.
Yeah. That's no problem. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Well, I
are
love
you
that.
like, are you eating any like earlier in the day now that you're doing this, or is it like
Yeah.
same time but you're making breakfast food?
No, I am eating earlier because I'm trying to wake up in the AM. That's always a goal. So I'm eating at around like noon now rather than eating like right before I go to work.
Yeah, that
So
sounds good.
yeah, just starting my day earlier, getting more time back, work-life balance, that whole spiel. So yeah.
Yeah,
I'm envious. I would love to be the kind of person that has a life before my job, but
Yeah.
I am so in the other camp of waking up at the last possible moment.
Yeah.
Something I always point out in like movies and TV shows is they're doing so much stuff before work, like
Yeah.
before a job that theoretically would start in the morning. Like
They're
like,
waking
just
up at
thinking of
3
a-
a.m.
right?
Yeah.
Like they must be. Like just thinking of a recent example is like I Love LA, like her birthday, I think. She meets up with friends who like probably had to drive like a while in LA traffic, and they walk around like that reservoir, get coffee. She's in not her work clothes. She's wearing like different clothes, and then like and I think she also had sex with her boyfriend that morning.
Oh my God. That's too much. That's too much.
She's like those people on, actually, it's not those people. I see one woman on the internet who wakes up like literally at 1 a.m. or something.
I've seen those
And she
people.
walks on
That's
the treadmill
crazy.
and has like 4 monitors and is like reading a book and watching a movie and eating. She has her breakfast really early.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But in that case, it's like waking up early to be in a cave with no natural light and just
Yeah.
screen max for like 5 hours before you emerge into the world.
I cannot imagine that life ever. Sleeping is one of life's great joys. I relish in it, but I like to be awake as well and experience the world, but I don't want to be awake when the rest of the world is asleep.
Yeah.
What's the point?
Yeah. And then also like she's probably going to bed at like 5 p.m. Like,
Yeah.
Right? She's just doing like pre-bed things post bed.
Yeah.
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 Weird.
Yeah.
Not my scene.
Certainly not.
No.
As far as depictions of mornings go in movies, I really should probably revisit this before I talk about it. But my recollection of The Devil Wears Prada part 1 is like, that's kind of a more honest morning. Like KT Tunstall is blaring and she's like eating toast that doesn't have anything on it.
Yeah.
So I'm
rushing
curious
out
to
the
see
door.
exactly, like pulling her boots on.
Yeah. Especially when you look at something like Gilmore Girls, where like half the episode is before Rory goes to school and Lorelai goes to work. They're just strolling along. They're stopping at the diner. They're having breakfast. Oh, Rory gets in a fight with her boyfriend over here, and like, Lorelai's doing this, and they have
Mind you,
like
high school starts at like 7:30 a.m.
yeah, they have
Yeah.
48 hours when we have 24. So
Yeah.
All right. Well, should we get into today's topic?
Yeah, let's do it.
What are we discussing today?
All right. So today we are talking about the wonderful world of Tumblr.com. I don't know, like, do I need to explain what it is to people?
I feel like if you're listening to this, like you should have a baseline
Right.
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At a very high level, it's like a website where people could create creative blogs, right?
Yeah. And I will say it's like kind of an interesting scene for us to do because it is like a platform that has so many different scenes on it, like which each could probably be their own episode. Like we've talked even about fan fiction in the past, which was very much thriving on Tumblr. But I do think that like, Tumblr itself does have a specific vibe, aesthetic, and like in jokes. So it's worth talking about as a community.
Yeah, totally.
I think we should start with going around and talking about what our individual experiences, relationships with Tumblr have been. I can go first if you guys want.
Sure. Yeah.
Sure. Take us away.
Okay. So I was active on Tumblr from 2013 to 2016, which I think those were kind of like peak years. And I remember it being a place where when I wanted to have relaxing computer time, I would go, maybe put on some music, I'm in my bed, I'm like pulling up Tumblr. When I was looking at my blog today, it was like I was mainly on it in 2013, so that was high school. I remember like I would type into the browser TU and it would either autocomplete with Tumblr or it would autocomplete with turnitin.com, which was like a tool we used
Oh
for
my god,
homework.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Inside you are two wolves.
Yes.
Tumblr and turnitin.com.
And I remember being like, oh, this is so like showing what's happening in my life. Because if it was like winter break and I was just like endlessly on Tumblr not doing homework, it would be, it'd be the Tumblr autocomplete. I was also going to show you guys a little bit of my Tumblr so I can share my screen and do that.
Yes, please.
Vulnerable time.
Yeah. Can you guys see this?
Yes, absolutely.
Also, the Am I Autistic quiz.
Oh, she's perfect.
Oh my
god.
god.
The name of my blog, Sweet Escape. Also,
oh my gosh,
kind of connects to our theme song.
Wait, that's crazy because some people have said, not us, we would never admit, but there may be some loose inspiration between Sweet Escape, the Gwen Stefani song, and, you know, people have noticed sonic similarities to the non-licensed theme.
Right. Nothing that can be proven by a lawyer, but just general observations. Yeah.
And my little bio, I guess, work hard, play hard.
Sure. Turnitin.com, work hard. Tumblr, play hard.
So just scrolling, what are we seeing?
I mean, this is like immediately stop. This is so like moment of the times. We have Nicki Minaj looking at who is that?
Beyonce. They could never now.
Sweeter times.
It's a true relic of the past here.
Mm-hmm.
I like that this was the last thing I ever reblogged. Like, did I know when I reblogged this? It's so to describe it to our listeners. It's like a naked woman in nature, like in front of a waterfall outlook.
With a messy bun, notably.
I was like, perfect, that's it. I didn't know at the time I would never reblog again. So there's a lot of nature.
There's a photo of Kit Harington smoking a cigarette. And then there's, I think that's Vanessa Hudgens with like a culturally appropriative shawl on.
And like Bindi's situation.
Yeah, that's definitely her Coachella era for sure.
Mm-hmm. There's like beers clinking on the beach. Also very grown up.
So this is some original content.
Oh, I took that.
Yeah, you took that on your film camera. It's a photo of me at Oregon Country Fair with some rainbow strings.
Very artistic, very Tumblr, if I could say so myself.
It got over 200 likes.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty good.
That's awesome.
That's like 1,000 in today's numbers. Like if we account for inflation, I'd say that's like 1,000.
I appreciate that and I agree.
Love.
The cat with the goggles on, and the goggles say your sorority Alpha Phi. Is that right?
Yep. So we have some alpha phi content. I believe that we were like encouraged to reblog from my college's alpha phi chapter Tumblr page. And then we have this photo of Kaya and I'm actually gonna show this bigger. Okay, so this is a photo of Kaya and I at Oregon Country Fair.
Oh my God.
Wearing, I feel like we're dressed like we want to be at Coachella in 2014 instead of Oregon Country Fair. But what really gets me is the hashtags.
Hashtag hippies, hashtag peace, hashtag love, and hashtag stay space high.
Gosh.
Yeah, but this is my Tumblr. I wasn't so into like text-based posts, it seems. It was very like for visual aesthetics. There's a lot of tigers, a lot of Emma Watson. Yeah.
A lot of beautiful women.
A lot of Miley.
That's so funny.
So that's me.
I love that.
Wow,
I wish I
thank
still
you
had
for sharing.
access to mine. They are like long gone because I had like multiple blogs.
Oh, I can't wait to hear.
Day. I was on the fandom side of Tumblr. Shocker.
Okay.
My like main blog that I kind of ran like the Navy for no reason was Vampire Diaries Tumblr. I was very, very into that because I think I joined Tumblr, I think it was probably like 2009, 2010. And I probably stopped being active on there in like 2014, 2015. But yeah, I was super into Vampire Diaries. So that was like my main blog. It was my first kind of like taste of any sort of like quote unquote big quotes notoriety on the internet because I had like 4,000 followers. So I was like, I'm famous.
I mean, to your point, that's like 50,000 now, I would say.
Which is pretty crazy because I didn't post any original content. Like I wasn't like making edits and stuff like that because I didn't have the skills to do so.
You were a curator.
Yeah, I was a vibe curator of the fandom. And I also like I had a very good username because I was able to like scoop a really great one up when, if anyone watched the Vampire Diaries, when the Petrova doppelgangers were like introduced, that first episode they were introduced, I changed my URL to Petrova doppelgangers. So it was a very coveted URL back in the day.
That's so cool. I wish that was like Movies That Raised Us is like in username on everything. So that's awesome. Petrova Doppelganger is such a cool name.
Yeah. And no hyphen, doppelganger spelled the correct way, like no numbers, just like pure. So yeah, that was like my main blog. But then I also had like other little side ones. Like I had one for Pretty Little Liars, and I had one for the TV show Castle, which like nobody my age was watching. I was like a teenager being like, I fucking love the show Castle. I had one for One Direction. And then I did have like my own personal one, which was more just like aesthetic stuff because I was really into like the 1975 and like Arctic Monkeys and that whole kind of what we now call indie sleaze. But yeah, I did eventually like, teach myself how to use Photoshop and like, make GIFs and stuff like that, but never like of the level of the true foremothers of editing. So yeah.
On the Vampire Diaries blog, if that was your biggest one, like were you anonymous or was it like people knew who you were?
Yeah, like my face was on there, my name was on there. Yeah, I would get like people sending me like messages in my little like ask thingy. Sometimes when like people in the fan would be like, oh, these are like the top blogs to follow, and like sometimes that would be featured, which was like again crazy because I didn't post anything. I'm just reblogging. But
it's a skill.
Yeah. I had somebody else created like the text code for my theme because I didn't know how to like code, so somebody else like made it for me, so it was like very aesthetically pleasing because I had some mutuals who were very, very good at the computer stuff that I'm not.
Nice. So were you were chatting and connecting with people that you met on there?
Yeah.
Did you meet anyone in real life?
No. Never did. I also was like living in Singapore at the time, so like, not a lot of people that I was talking
Vampire
with
Diaries
also lived
meet
there.
up in Singapore.
Yeah.
There are a lot of Castle fans, a lot of young Castle fans there.
Yeah. And I was hanging out with them constantly. But yeah, so that was like very much my side of Tumblr. So even though I didn't watch like Sherlock or Supernatural, I feel like I did just through osmosis because I was exposed to so much of the content. I feel like I watched it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like Tumblr was kind of on the forefront of GIFs.
Yeah.
Big time.
Also, like,
what may have also kind of led to its downfall in terms of relevancy.
yeah. And also, I feel like it was one of the first curated algorithms, or at least it felt like that. Like, it was pre-Instagram Explore page. Like, I'm just seeing stuff that is based on the other stuff I have engaged with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's interesting because I feel like my Tumblr experience was in part limited by the constraints that the new Tumblr algorithm still had. I was on Tumblr definitely in part because I felt like I was supposed to be. So many of my interests were there, and I did want to like be engaging with my computer any way I could. So I had a Tumblr around the same years that Den did. And I definitely used it, but I feel like I always had a sense of trying to find things. It was such a like performative platform, despite the fact that most of your content wasn't your own, which is really fun and funny. And like, I don't think we really have that kind of thing anymore. People aren't like communicating that way. Maybe I wasn't following the right people, but I always felt like a strong sense of imposter syndrome as I would reblog like aesthetically appealing photos. And like, it probably also is in part like trying to figure out what your own identity is as you're also creating a blog to showcase that identity. But I feel like I was not as in tune with the like fandom side of Tumblr. And I feel like I would have had more fun with that had the algorithm like brought me there. Because I loved watching Sherlock. I loved the Vampire Diaries. And I am generally drawn to like fandoms and fan fiction and like obsessing over cultural things. So there was definitely the opportunity there. But I do feel like the content I was seeing was not always like I wanted to be fed more stuff. But it's funny too. Like I can't think of another platform that exists now, at least, that dares to do it all the way that Tumblr does. Like, you wouldn't go on like fanfiction.net, but then have a tab that's just like Pinterest, like where you could just like post outfits you want to wear or like ways you want to decorate your room. But you could really curate like all of your internet interests in one place on Tumblr.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially because of the interspersing of both like, visual media in terms of like photos, GIFs, videos, etc., and then also just like text posts. And people would write like entire essays and like dissertations about feminism, and that's how like a lot of people in our generation were kind of exposed to that kind of thinking was through Tumblr. And
totally.
I feel like now algorithms are so incredibly targeted, especially if we look at like TikTok, that it is really easy to just like narrow in on exactly what your niche is and not really explore outside of that. But on Tumblr, because it was a little bit more general and like, you kind of get exposed to different things here and there, I know I was able to find like a ton of music on Tumblr that I never would have had access to because Spotify wasn't a thing really yet. So yeah, I can't really think of anything comparable in this day and age.
Like, imagine if Tumblr's algorithm had been more hyper focused, the kind of like discourse and politics that you would have been served, Den, for posting that photo of Vanessa Hudgens with a bindi on. We would have completely lost you.
There wasn't even discourse about that at the time. I'm sure there was, but it was not as woke.
Yeah, I feel like it was like right around the time that Tumblr was falling off that people were like, no, we actually like, cannot be dressing up like this for Coachella.
Yeah. Kaya, do you want to share? I mean, I found Kaya's blog for her.
Yeah. Okay. Den sent me my blog earlier and I got like, I could only see a little bit of it. And then it said like, you have to sign up for Tumblr to see. So if you want to show it.
That's funny because how I found it, I don't know if you saw this on my blog, but I had reblogged something from you.
I didn't see that.
You didn't.
I'm nervous. Remember how I said my blog was like not particularly representative of who I was as a person then? We all remember
And like
when I said that.
didn't connect with anything I saw.
I was like wanting different content but posting this stuff.
So this is not representative of your character or whatever it is.
Okay, so let me share again. Hang on.
Okay, but also like to that, while Den finds it, to that point, like I think there are certain cultural like Tumblr touchstones that I totally missed out on, even though I was very online then. Like for example, I like never listened to Sky Ferreira. I was completely unfamiliar with her as an artist, and that is like really off brand for where I was at that time in my life. And like I am the right age, I think. Yeah. But we'll see what I was posting instead. Like I don't know why that.
Well, this is what you were posting.
Oh, this is me?
Yeah. So this is a text post that just says LOL penis.
Oh. So yeah, when I was posting LOL penis, that wasn't, I didn't connect.
You were missing out on Sky Ferreira's music.
Yeah. Okay. Surfboard is the name of Kaya's blog.
Oh, yes. So this is a Beyonce reference.
Nice.
Yes, we were clearly both really into Beyonce. Okay. I feel
I don't even have like a theme.
No. I think there's like a way to see it. Like
this is like so brutalist.
No. No, I'm doing this is
there we go.
Surfboard. Here's your theme. So honestly, I feel like it's kind of similar to mine. It's like a lot of like aesthetic,
it's very Pacific Northwest. Oh my god, sexy!
What?
That was something sexy.
Yeah,
is it from Titanic?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow, I don't even think I had seen Titanic. That's. I saw all I needed to see there. Whoa,
this eye is scary.
Yeah, these hands are scary.
There's some cool illustration stuff.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like hetero couples hugging and kissing.
On brand. a lot of eyes. Oh my god, wait. Oh. What?
I guess
Drew.
you were posting photos of you and your boyfriend.
Wait, so I was on Tumblr in college. This is like, I literally just got full body chills seeing that photo of me and my fiance, my adult partner, on my childhood Tumblr.
I looked at the last time you reblogged and it was like 2017.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, a lot of nice aesthetic stuff. Oh, yeah.
Can we go like way back really fast? Like I want to see what I was doing before college.
I don't.
Or is this the end?
No, it keeps loading.
I don't know how to go. It's frozen for me.
Oh, there's a photo of us. Can you see it?
No. Is it moving for you, Christina?
No, I just see a bunch of eyes looking right at me. All lined up in a row.
A bunch of eyes staring at hetero couples kissing and hugging. Oh, yeah, there we are. Okay.
So this is a photo of us at like from our high school graduation, I think.
Yeah, this is so funny. This is like a really embarrassing record of how much longer I was on Tumblr than I remembered. Arctic Monkeys.
Yeah.
Arctic Monkeys, classic.
Very skinny Audrey Hepburn. Interesting.
Yeah, lots of hands, lots of eyes, nature.
A nice healthy body.
A lovely salmon fillet. And
a fascination with the human anatomy and also heteronormative relationships.
Oh, okay. That was funny. I feel like both of us weren't finding like, the most interesting stuff on Tumblr. I was like a little bit on like scandal Tumblr, but that was like the only fandom that I feel like I'd really found.
Yeah. I'll say like with being, especially like for like TV shows that were airing at the time, it was like the most fun to watch an episode. You log on and everyone is like, oh my god, this thing happened, and especially with a show like The Vampire Diaries where like there were so many ship wars going on. I controversially was a Stefan girl, so like
I was gonna ask, but then I was like, I feel like that would be rude to even ask.
No,
and I was
yeah.
wrong. I shouldn't have assumed.
No, I'm notoriously like always on the losing team of a ship war. Like I always like the nice guy that she doesn't pick because she needs like the toxic roller coaster love.
I was Team Stefan too.
Yeah.
I didn't actually watch Vampire Diaries. I was just gonna out myself as Team Jeremiah on The Summer I Turned Pretty.
I was also Team Jeremiah, so
all right, I'm not gonna go that far.
Yeah, that's fair. They did assassinate my boy's character in season 3. We don't have to talk about it, but
sure. Nice guys finish last, except on Not My Scene podcast, where nice guys get lifted up.
There we go. That's what I like to hear. Yeah. But for like Twilight, I was a Jacob girl.
I was too.
You guys.
I'm trying to think.
Stop, you're hurting me.
We had a little activity planned. So we're going to do a tier list ranking of things that were very popular on Tumblr. The first thing I have is Doctor Who.
Okay, and let's say for anyone listening, not watching, although you should just watch because this is very visual, it's going to be S tier is the top, and then A, B, C, and D. D is the bottom tier.
I actually never watched Doctor Who, so I feel like I can't speak too much to this one.
I also never watched Doctor Who, but like when I was on Tumblr, it was like David Tennant's season, I feel like that was the one that I kept seeing. More and more, but like I never actually, again, I feel like I watched it through like GIFs and stuff, but have never actually seen an episode.
Yeah, I also didn't watch it, but I will say I think this is a testament to Tumblr in particular. I'm still sometimes getting David Tennant Doctor Who fan cams and edits on my algorithm, like on other platforms. So I would say like maybe A. Like I feel like it's pretty high.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay. Sure. Okay, then we have Lana Del Rey, who I feel like she just so embodies a angsty aesthetic. Like,
yes,
I'm messed up, but I'm beautiful.
She's still doing it. Like all of her controversies have just been tied back to the fact that she is still performing for the Tumblr age.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Agreed.
Yeah, she has like the combo of both like the like I'm a messy gal and also like the vintage aesthetic, which was like massive on Tumblr.
And also like wearing a native headdress in a music video.
Yeah.
And also like being kind of Lolita sucking a lollipop.
Yeah.
Yeah. S.
She's got it all.
Yeah.
And the red heart sunglasses. Come on.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
The 1975. Christina, you mentioned you were into that.
Yeah, that was huge for me. That was like a instance of like me reblogging something that doesn't really fit like my own like aesthetic or behavior, and like I'm like seeing a picture of Maddie Healy smoking a cigarette and being like, hell yeah, reblog, as I'm like sitting at home in my teenage bedroom, never had a sip of alcohol, never smoked a cigarette, like don't sneak out of the house, general like good kid, but I was like, yeah, that's my man. But yeah, I loved their music. I remember listening to that album specifically, their debut album, the extended version, which is I want to say like over 40 songs. Whoa. Like it's crazy long, and I would just listen to it every day on my way home from school.
Is that the album that has chocolate in it?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So I feel like this is another gap in my where Tumblr failed me. I was on Tumblr during this time.
Yeah.
And I only knew that song. And then I remember kind of being taken aback when the 1975 exploded soon after its Tumblr. I mean, I feel like it was really big on Tumblr, or they were really big on Tumblr. And then they got like really big in 2016 to 20 what year did this album come out, do we think?
I want to say it came out like 2013,
Yeah.
And 2016, I believe, is when their second album came out, and the song Somebody Else is on that album. And that was the song that I think really took them to the mainstream outside of just young gals like me listening on Tumblr.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's funny. I also feel like I completely missed them, which is weird because I also was listening to some other bands that are on here, like the Arctic Monkeys and the XX. I don't know what happened. I feel like
we're just like plugged with Emma Watson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember very specifically when I discovered them, because it actually wasn't on Tumblr. It was on television, a traditional media form. So I had the TV in my bedroom when I was in high school. And so usually when I was getting ready, I know, kind of crazy. But when I was getting ready for school, I would usually put on MTV, just have like music videos on in the background because I loved music videos. And I remember in the new release section of music video hour, they played the music video for Chocolate. And I was like, wow, that's such a sick song. And I had a little whiteboard and I wrote down Chocolate, the 1975 on my whiteboard so I could look it up later.
Oh my gosh, what a perfect image to put on Tumblr. The
I know.
Whiteboard.
Yeah,
I could have gone crazy.
Oh my gosh, there's a photo. It's probably still on my Instagram of my whiteboard in high school where I'd written Ed Sheeran lyrics on in the very swoopy, curly handwriting. And I probably also posted it on Tumblr because this would have been like 2013. I'll see if I can find it. But yeah, so that was like my introduction to the 1975. And then I looked them up, downloaded their entire album onto my iPod, because I still had an iPod. And yeah, just became generally obsessed. I really loved their aesthetic, and I just never really heard music like that before. So yeah, and then I just kind of followed their career ever since. And then when, this is such a tangent, but when Maddie and Taylor ended up dating, I don't know how familiar you guys are with the lore of that, but there was like a concert that she had gone to of his 10 years prior. I was there. I was in the audience. And I saw them flirting in front of my very eyes all night.
Seriously, like you could see them?
I was in the pit, like I was on the ground level, VIP section right above me. I went to this concert by myself, and I remember being there and looking up at me like, oh my God, that's Taylor Swift. Like, that's crazy. And then the whole night they're like, you know, stealing glances. She's like, hee 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 with Carly Kloss. And I was like in love with Maddie Healy at the time.
You're like,
and I was like, I have to kill myself in the middle of this concert now. But he started singing my favorite song of theirs, which is called Falling for You. And he sings the lyric. He's like, I don't want to be your friend. Looks up to Taylor Swift. I want to kiss your neck. And I was like, someone get me a gun. Like,
I literally have full body chills. This is like primary source journalism on the pod. Yeah. That is you were there. You were in the room when it happened.
I was literally in the room where it happened.
Was Taylor also making out with Carly? Or
I get asked this all the time when I tell this story. I didn't see it.
Was that the concert where that picture is from?
Mm-hmm.
That is a big concert.
Yeah. Oh I didn't see it happen. If it happened, I don't know, but I did not see that. I mostly saw her with Carly and Martha Hunt, and they were like whispering to each other and giggling and dancing. I didn't see a kiss, so I can't confirm or deny, because I was also watching the concert. So... Yeah.
Wow.
But anyways, that is my history with the 1975. So when it all came back around and her dating Maddie again, I was like, I'm not surprised. I was there.
Yeah, it's about time.
Yeah.
I told you guys.
Crazy.
Okay, I feel like we have to put them S then.
And in my eyes, yes, but
Christina didn't even discover them on Tumblr, and we didn't come across them at all.
But I think it's because I was like very early to the game.
Fine.
That will be my one caveat.
You guys want to do S?
Yeah, I mean, once again, it's not my wheelhouse, but I feel like I can't put them somewhere else because Tumblr will come for me. What remains? Is that One Direction I see?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I personally feel like they were so big at the time that I don't even necessarily associate them with Tumblr. It's like obviously they were on Tumblr, but like that's because they were so huge.
Totally.
I agree. Yeah. They weren't doing the work to make their aesthetic aligned with Tumblr. You know what I mean?
Agree.
They're like in color. They're in the sun. They're on the
They're
beach.
on a beach.
Yeah, exactly. And the beach isn't black and white. There's no snow on the beach.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say that this album 4 specifically is when they started to like actually lean into some Tumblr-y aesthetics, because like Harry was wearing like fedoras and Chelsea boots and like flannels at the time. But I would say overall, I don't think of them and Tumblr inextricably linked.
Yeah. But I recognize, so the Jason Mrazification of Harry should get some credit.
True.
Which maybe takes this from like a D to a C.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fair.
But I think like it's kind of like you said, Den, like in the same way that like Beyonce isn't Tumblr.
She was just on Tumblr because she was huge.
Yeah.
Right. Still is.
Now, if Beyonce had started wearing fedoras,
things might be different.
Who is the scary person I see?
This
Evan
is from
Peters.
American Horror Story, which I never watched. Too scary for me.
Yeah, I never watched. I only watched like a couple episodes of the first season, but yeah, it wasn't really my vibe.
But I do think it was big on Tumblr.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, definitely like him and Emma Roberts. That was a thing. Yeah. I mean, that photo's kind of pissing me off because it's just so Tumblr. It's like,
I was gonna say that
really
is the image of the show that it was like massive on Tumblr. Like I can see in my head the gif of him walking down the hallway with that skull makeup on, for sure.
Yeah. What do we think?
Maybe like B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fill out the B.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we have Arctic Monkeys, specifically a vinyl.
Yeah. That album is Tumblr.
Yes.
This is S. Like we saw it on my blog. I think we saw it on Den's blog too.
Yeah. Like, let us not forget the British obsession.
Okay, yeah. Now that I'm looking at this, I'm like really noticing the British pattern. And also, to be a successful Tumblr band, you needed to have a black and white cover.
Yeah.
That was was like simple.
Yeah, it's the only way.
I feel like Arctic Monkeys was special too. I'd be curious to know if this was the case for the 1975 as well, Christina. But like Arctic Monkeys, so photos of their art, like their music, was on Tumblr. Photos of them performing was on Tumblr. Photos of the people in it. But then there was also like all of his relationships with these girls that were very Tumblr. Like these photos of Alexa Chung and the girl who she has, Ariel Vandenberg. She has like the most Pinterest saved hair cut up. I've saved it like so many times.
Yeah.
And I feel like all of their like relationships, like it was just such a lifestyle. And their whole vibe was like very Tumblr defining to me.
Yeah, I'd say it was pretty similar with the 1975. Like people really especially followed Maddie's relationships because he was the front man. Although like George Daniel is married to Charlie XCX.
Right.
So like why were people not keeping tabs on him? I don't know. But yeah, like because Maddie also dated a lot of like it girl model types. Like he was with Gabriella Brooks for quite some time. He was with FKA Twigs for a while. Like people were really invested in that.
I did not know that either.
Yeah.
FKA Twigs.
Yeah.
So the XX, I feel like also so Tumblr.
Huge.
Yeah.
I mean, less like them as people, maybe more just the music.
Yeah, I feel like Intro was like the song that played when you went to my Tumblr, but I kind of want to put them like more in the B category because I feel like they weren't really asking for it in the same way. Like they did have a black and white cover, but they weren't sharing enough of their private lives to create enough content for me to repost other than like this image and their music.
Yeah, like I don't think I know what they look like. I don't think I've ever even seen a photo of them now that I think about it.
I know what they look like, but just because I've followed their solo music projects.
Yeah, that's fair. I think they're above One Direction. I feel like they're like a B.
I think they're B, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then this is like a picture of someone's outfit, but it's just supposed to represent flannel around the waist.
Mm-hmm.
That was huge. It was a huge moment for sure.
Yeah.
I remember how we would call them lumberjack shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did people call them in Singapore? Were you living in Singapore during the flannel shirt time?
I was living in New York at that time because
Okay.
that would have been like 2015, 2016, I would say,
Yeah.
was like the big like flannel around the waist moment. I was living in New York, and I have very distinct memories of going to many a thrift store and finding like the mustiest, crustiest flannel that probably belonged to somebody's like dead grandfather and being like, $2, I'll take it.
And I feel like the around the waist is so performative. Like you were choosing to wear it like that initially. It wasn't because you were wearing it and then you got too hot.
No. Like that was,
It was
the styling
kind of a
choice.
belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To cinch in the waist. Like
Yeah.
with my high-waisted like skinny jeans and like black tank top, choker, and then the flannel around the waist to tie it all together. A pop of color.
Maybe I'm at a concert and I'm wearing a baggy outfit and Maddie Healy sees me from on stage just in the moment that I cinch my flannel waist around my flannel shirt around my waist, and my curvaceous hourglass figure catches his eye in a surprising way.
Yeah. Because I'm like standing in the corner reading a book. Like I don't even care that they're famous. I just threw my hair in a messy bun and like I have smudged eyeliner on from the day before. And he's like, I need you.
I need you in that lumberjack shirt.
He stops looking at Taylor Swift.
Yeah, starts looking at me in the corner.
Yeah, this is pretty Tumblr.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's like the most, like we have some other styles coming up, like the chokers that you mentioned, which I don't know. The flannel, I feel like is like a B to me.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think the flannel is the Evan Peters of the fashion world.
Many are saying this, yeah.
So the next thing we do have is chokers.
Yeah.
God, these were so sexy to me.
Reblogging photos of chokers and photos of Emma Watson and just combining them in my mind. Yeah, these were really...
I think they're like probably due for a comeback because I feel like it's like every 10 years.
Yeah.
Like I remember being like a kid in the early 2000s and seeing teens wearing these like, tattoo chokers and being like, that looks so cool. And then wearing them myself in like 2016.
Yeah, the black velvet ones from like
Yes.
Forever 21.
The velvet ones.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember going to Forever 21 and getting a 3-pack of 3 chokers of different thickness, like super thin, medium, and then one of those big ass ones that look like a belt around your neck. Yeah.
I was like just tying a ribbon, kind of like that story about the girl whose head falls off.
Which honestly also very Tumblr, the idea that your ribbon is keeping your head on.
Yeah.
A part of me wants to say A because I do think they had cultural weight before Tumblr, but also like they were so popular on Tumblr because we were trying to get back to that choking feeling.
But yeah, I don't think it's like they're not Lana Del Rey.
Yeah. With the S tier, like if it's not a hard yes, it's a no.
Yeah,
so true.
So I think
it's I think it's an A.
Yeah.
David Tennant and chokers.
Okay, so then we have Vanessa Hudgens in this appropriative outfit
S.
We literally saw it on a blog
on my
so it has
Tumblr.
to be.
I think it's nice to have a little more color image representation up there too. Because even though it's not how I remember it, when we looked at our blogs, there wasn't a lot of color there.
Yeah.
This photo.
Yeah.
And there was that kind of
PV Hudge.
Yeah, definitely. And there was that faction of Tumblr that was like more leaning into like, just girly things like that. Like, I don't know. I used to follow that blog too. Like, where it's
I wanted to talk about that
Victoria's
too, because
Secret perfumes and stuff like that.
Did you guys see Yes. Okay,
that
wait.
she's got gay.
She's
married?
lesbian.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the
And so
girliest
she's
thing,
like,
you could
right?
be.
No, she literally posted something that was like her like just girly things, and it was like getting coffee with your fiance or
Oh my
something.
god. Wow. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's back in the zeitgeist. Okay. Yeah, Vanessa Hudgens was like the queen of Coachella style.
Yeah.
I feel like she bounced back from the post-Disney nude image scandal of it all in the Coachella Tumblr era by being like, I'm going to lead in and I'm going to be like a thought leader in this area.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like boho was definitely another dominating style. At least like it's very apparent on my blog, which is I guess kind of like an opposing force to the all black like
combat boots.
Yeah.
Yeah. There has to be balance in the force, like one light, one dark. It has to all.
I feel like, and then we had this third kind of just like not relevant thing going on in ours, which was just like photos of hikes
and like wild cats, big cats.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Who is that on the bottom left?
This is Lord.
Oh.
I mean, Lord's like OG aesthetic was very Tumblr. Like she was like witchy chokers and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that first album went crazy in my high school bedroom for sure.
Yeah, I think Lord is really high. Like, we cannot deny her a high tier ranking just because of her later in life success. Like, don't forget where you came from, chica.
Yeah.
Right. I guess Lana's grown bigger than Tumblr too, but has somehow maintained Tumblr aesthetics.
Yeah. I could see ultrasound. Like, there is something kind of Tumblr about all of the aesthetics of the ultrasound.
Oh, yeah, totally. Like, I could really see reblogging, like, her water bottle.
Yes, totally. Or like the duct tape bra.
Yeah, or just, like, her flat stomach and, like,
with like
white
sweat.
Boxers.
Something very Tumblr about a flat stomach, I'll say that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So do you think she's S?
I think she's A.
I think she's A,
I think
too.
she's A.
Yeah. Okay. Then I have Doc Martens with fishnets.
Yeah.
I think that's us.
That was huge.
Yeah. I don't know if we're going to have a D because I just chose really Tumblr things. But the last one we have is Sky Ferreira. Which Kaya and I also missed in our Tumblr schooling.
Yeah. I was exposed to her. I would listen to her, but I wasn't like a stan. I was a casual listener. So like for me, she's not S tier, but I know for a lot of people it was like she was the definitive moment. But a little bit more on my peripheral, I would say.
Do you think she's more than the XX?
She wanted it more than the XX, right?
Yeah. But then she disappeared.
Yeah. That's a Tumblr thing to do.
Yeah. An air of mystery.
She tumbled away. I mean, there is something very Evan Peters about her to me, too.
Yeah.
Like someone who, maybe it's like somebody who is very Tumblr, but doesn't have like enough weight in the culture to be high. You know what I mean? Like she couldn't be Tumblr. She couldn't be more Tumblr. But she's not like she didn't reach.
She's stuck in the Tumblr Kia asylum.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So true. Yeah.
Okay. So B?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the Sky Ferreira fans are going to be mad about that, but sorry, she's not more relevant to me. I wish I knew more. But
well, there we have it. The peak Tumblr tier list.
I feel good about this. Should we throw something just like random into D that's in... Oh, what about Family Guy?
Yeah.
Or were they doing that too? Like, are people
I'm
making,
sure
like,
you could
Stewie
find
gifs?
it.
Yeah, there's like a faction of a fandom like anywhere on Tumblr, but yeah, stuff that was kind of more like quote unquote boy humor. I feel like something along those lines.
Or like the Super Bowl. That's always popular. Let me think of something better.
I think something boy is good.
Like The Hangover.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I only watched The Hangover for the first time as an adult in like 2019. Like I didn't watch it when it came out. So If I didn't watch it, it wasn't relevant, is what I'm saying.
And there's nothing aesthetic about it.
No.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
really good about that. And actually, that photo, it kind of is like in the tones of the One Direction album and the photo of the Chokers.
A color
Yeah.
story is emerging.
Yes.
Perfect.
I feel really good about that. Nice.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, sweet. Then I found a couple really crazy stories, like drama from Tumblr. I'm curious if you guys have heard of either of these, and then whichever sounds more interesting, I can explain.
Okay. Fun.
So one of them is Hamilton HIV fanfic drama. Is sparking
God.
anything?
I'm not familiar.
Okay.
Neurons are firing,
Yeah.
but just in excitement
Yeah.
and curiosity.
And the other is Bone Stealing Witch.
No.
Yeah, no. Nothing.
You don't want
No
that.
bells are ringing.
And normally
need-
I would be interested, but I really want to know about the
Yeah, I
Hamilton
need to know
HIV.
this
Okay.
Hamilton situation.
So basically, starts out pretty normal. The peak of Hamilton overlapped with the peak of Tumblr, and people would really ship Alexander Hamilton with other male characters in Hamilton, which is also kind of like par for the course, like slash fic. Yeah, male.
Go listen to
Fanfic.
fanfiction.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, really fast. Can I just say, I recognize that there was overlap, but 2 minutes ago, I definitely could have been saying Hamilton is not Tumblr. So this is kind of a good wake up call for me because I was kind of forgetting the whole fan fiction side of Tumblr. And I feel extra good about us picking The Hangover now because no one's writing slash fics about Zach Galifianakis and the guy from The Office.
Just you watch.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna be like, actually, I have an entire 3-part series.
Please don't shame my kink. I am passionate about The Hangover.
Okay. Someone that wrote about this on a Reddit thread said by 2015, the amount of people who dedicated countless hours to writing Hamilton fic was far greater than anyone could have imagined. And then one of the many Hamilton fics floating around on Tumblr was a piece called To Scale the Blue Sky, which was an alternate universe fanfic set in a high school in the 80s.
Fun.
And basically in this fanfic, Hamilton gets HIV in high school, which is kind of wild. It was sort of up to debate whether that was like something that was even appropriate to happen in a fanfic. Like, do we have the right tools in this fanfic to really have like, the right conversation about HIV in the 80s?
Right.
And do we being like the author of this fanfic, right?
We, like the author and like the audience, I don't know. Like, is this the right place to have that conversation? But the author basically like got in front of this by being like, hey, like, I'm a lesbian and so is my partner, and we both are HIV positive and live in India. And so we have a lot of experience. And they also ran this like really big blog. I think it was a blog called HIV Living, where they would educate people about it.
Okay, so they definitely have the tools, I think.
Yeah.
Or at least
Right.
the author does, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So people were like, okay, cool. And they were like, okay, well, we're suffering from some medical issues. So they posted a cash.me link, which I'd never heard of it, but I guess it's like a GoFundMe. And lots of people who had been engaging with their content and learned from them were like, yeah, like I'll donate to this. So they collected a bunch of donations.
I know. I don't like where this is going.
I just want to say right now, the author has my full trust that they do have HIV and their partner also has HIV.
I want to
Regardless.
have that trust. I don't feel like that's where the story's going.
Like, don't let me down, chicas.
Like, I donated to your cashmeinmyhead.com just now. So a user that goes by the username Digoxinperperpia noticed that they could see on the Kashmir that they lived in the US, not in India. And I guess this was enough to make the author of the fanfic come out and say that they were not actually a lesbian HIV positive couple, and they're actually one American white woman named Alex who does not have HIV.
And so the link was just
scamming people.
Yeah. And
my
she
God.
just completely made up their lives and backstories so that she had an excuse to write HIV high school fan fiction about Alexander Hamilton.
Right.
And then I think it got so popular that she was like, well, I guess I could collect some money.
She was like, wait, this backstory I've invented for myself is actually appropriately tragic to the point that I might be able to solicit funds.
But then it goes a little bit further because people realized that Digoxin Perperpia was writing competing Hamilton fanfic, and at least one work where Lin-Manuel Miranda, who plays Hamilton, is a cannibalistic mermaid.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
people were basically like, this person is not digging up dirt on Alex for entirely selfless reasons, which to me, I'm like, is there a big issue with competition? Like, I feel like more just begets more. Like, it would just hype up the fandom to want more unhinged Hamilton fanfic.
Right.
I feel your best readers are the other Hamilton fic heads. Like, of course, Alex. Or, of course, what is this person's name?
Digoxin Perperpia?
Of course, Digoxin is reading other Hamilton fanfic.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
There's only so many people with this special interest in the world.
But I guess that was like the big drama on Tumblr, and both Alex and Digoxin ended up deleting most of their work. And it's like this thing became like huge and is infamous in the Tumblr world.
Wow.
Like I saw it on multiple lists of like the top 10 biggest days in Tumblr history.
Wow. Yeah. Damn.
That is wild. Well, that's a great representation too of a part of Tumblr I really wasn't on, which is like, so you really could be connecting with people to the point where you would send them funds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could do it all.
Yeah. What do you guys think like happened to it? Like, why did Tumblr fall off?
I think it is pretty directly linked to the removal of sexual content.
Yeah, I was
agree.
like gonna say like that's the only thing I know of.
It's kind of like that happened and it fell off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny, like it wasn't the only thing people were doing there, but it was enough of a draw that once it wasn't available, the other things weren't enough to keep people going. I also think people were just mad at the idea that this platform would be regulated in a like it felt like a very artistic, like you can do whatever you want space at first. And so then I remember when they were like, we're taking off all NSFW gifts, I was like, well, I'm gonna find another platform for my aesthetic, you know, like whatever then.
Couples cuddling and whatnot.
Yeah, I'll find my heteronormative cuddling couples elsewhere. Thank you very much. I will not be censored.
Yeah. And I feel like Tumblr was probably a lot of people's first exposure to like porn of any kind. So once a couple people start leaving, like it's like a trickle down effect. Like people who like that was their content on there was like adult content, they start leaving, and then people who like follow them, they're like, oh, now I'm not getting as much of what I want, therefore I'm not posting. And then the people who followed them for whatever other content they're posting, they're like, oh, the people I follow, they're not posting, I'm leaving. And it just like all filters down into every single aspect of the website.
Totally.
Yeah, that's such a good point.
It felt like way less scary entry into like adult content, especially as a woman. I feel like there were like many blogs that were like centered on like female POV, and like it was like, okay, it's sex, but it's just like a 20-second black and white GIF.
Yeah, you don't have to hear anything.
That was taken from the Vampire Diaries.
Yeah, like fully from films. And yeah, the idea of getting to experience like that content on a website like Tumblr versus going to like Pornhub, which is just an assault to the senses.
It's like MILFs in your area versus like I'm on Tumblr and I'm seeing it alongside flowers.
Yeah.
And the occasional "Are you autistic?" quiz.
To some of the reasons why I can see why it would not be allowed. I do feel like Tumblr was the platform where people that we knew from our high school would post their most risque stuff. So I'm sure there was a lot of underage
Most
nudity
definitely, yeah.
content
Yeah.
on there. I remember that multiple scandals of like when we found out about people posting nudes and stuff on there.
That's so true. I didn't think about that at all when they made that decision, but that makes a lot of sense in retrospect.
Yeah, most definitely. And like the majority of my tenure on Tumblr, I was under 18.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it felt like a very teen-centric place. And I don't know if that's just because we were teens during the peak or if that was most of the users.
So what they should have done is they should have just made it so that no one over the age of 17 could be on it, and then everyone could post whatever they want on the site.
There you go.
Other thoughts on where Tumblr culture went to? Like, where are we seeing the remnants of Tumblr?
I mean, we're definitely seeing it right now. Like 2016 is back.
Yeah.
Obviously, indie sleaze comes and goes. I mean, there's darker stuff too. Like I feel like all of the bad pro Anna stuff on Tumblr is very Ozempic era. But I think that it has definitely like those aesthetics. It feels like they're just going to kind of continually cycle like in perpetuity. We haven't really seen boho come back though in the same way that we've seen indie sleaze. So I guess I'm curious to see if boho like
coming
rears its ugly head in the near future.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Coachella style, like when we went last year, rather than boho, it's been like the mainstreamification of like cowgirl. Like everyone wears like cowboy hats and cowboy boots and like big belts and stuff, like no matter what the genre of music is.
Yeah. And like this year from social media, I feel like a lot of it was just like minimalist, like plain micro shorts and a high neck tank, and that's it.
Which is kind of American Apparel, which is Tumblr.
True.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's interesting because like we were talking about earlier, I do feel like there's been like a large gap left in the kind of like internet space that Tumblr has left, and it definitely has impacted fandom culture a lot. Like fandom culture is very different now than it was back in the 2010s. It used to be like uncool to be in a fandom, to read fan fiction, and like the way that people behave in the heated rivalry fandom, which is insane and completely unhinged, is because this is a lot of people's kind of like, it's like baby's first fandom. It's like their first exposure to like this kind of subculture, and it's happening on such like a mainstream global scale that like it should not be happening like this publicly, I guess. Like the actor should not be seeing your insane like tweets and unhinged takes and like your crazy parasocial shit that you're like thinking, and that's supposed to be like living on Tumblr completely separate from like the people making the thing. And because we don't have that division anymore, people are just like talking about it on TikTok or on Instagram, and they're going into people's comments. Like now there's no separation whatsoever between like fandoms and the thing itself. And it worries me.
That is such a good point. I feel like even before heated rivalry, like the first contamination of like normal internet that I saw with fanfic was definitely during the pandemic with Dramini stuff during COVID. And then because everyone was just on TikTok, and like we talked about shifting, that was like a crazy thing that was very much in the public eye and should have definitely been on Tumblr alone. But then we have like really weird things like the actor who plays Draco Malfoy like going on TikTok and singing like songs about Hermione. I don't know if any of you saw that, but that was like really weird. It was like catering. I didn't like it at all, and it was like really. It was in response to like this huge wave. Like, oh,
that was behind closed doors. Like, you weren't supposed to hear that.
You weren't supposed to know that we were like writing these stories, and now you're like engaging with it and seeing you, the real grown up adult, and not the whatever Draco who's on Tumblr is like not. Yeah.
Yeah, things
Such a
are
good
breaking
point.
containment in a way that they
Yeah.
should not, because there's
Yeah.
just not that separate space. And again, with the pandemic, because a lot of people were spending a lot more time on the internet, they were kind of invading these fandom spaces that have been existing for so long with just like no kind of sense of etiquette of what it is to be in those spaces, and wanting to like change the way that people behave or whatever it is. But yeah, it's just the way that fandom has changed in the past 6 years, 6 to 10 years, is quite astonishing.
Yeah. It's a really good point.
Yeah. So we need Tumblr, come back.
We need
miss
Tumblr.
you. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I also wanted to say other ways we're seeing it reinvented. I did not make this up. I saw this on a Substack post, but the Substack post was, "We all crave 2016 so badly that I just realized that this pastel relatable text overlay trend is literally just these relatable posts reinvented." And those, I don't know if you guys have been seeing, it'll just be like a TikTok of someone showing their aesthetic outfit, and it'll say something like, the examples in this are, "Was a tough year, but at least I didn't buy a Labubu." Or like the other one is, "Daily reminder that you're a baddie, body tea and face card is always perfect." And it's like in pale pink text.
That's a just girly
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Totally.
So
Yeah.
relatable
Wow.
posts don't die, they just reinvent themselves.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
I also read this Substack by Madison Huizinga, and she contrasted Tumblr culture that romanticized destructive behavior like drug abuse, partying, mental illness, and eating disorders with like the clean and hyper optimized that girl TikTok content of the 2020s. And this, I think she wrote this a couple years ago, so I do feel like we see more backlash to the clean girl now, and like more indie sleaze like feral rat girl, whatever.
Yeah.
But it is, those definitely are standing like in opposition.
Yeah.
But also both bad, like I feel like in different ways.
Yeah.
Harmful
Right,
in
like,
different ways.
I feel like the that girl aesthetic was also manifesting on Tumblr in like a scary photo of a body and then like an ab routine you were supposed to do that was like copied on top of the body, or like
Yeah. Or like some sort of smoothie recipe that's just like a laxative.
it's just
essentially.
cauliflower.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
or like yeah.
you were reblogging like a nice salmon and salad plate, which is pretty
Yeah,
clean,
totally.
girl.
Like I feel like I had some clean girl, like an organized desk or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of a funny question to ask with respect to Tumblr, but we can still ask it. Is Tumblr our
I
scene?
think it'll always be with me. Like it was such a formative time, like my later teenage years, that like it will always be
Yeah.
right by me, whispering in my ear, you know.
Yeah, I agree. And I like, there's like specific things that just do it for me still. Like whenever I put on like a black mini skirt,
Yeah.
it's like I think about American Apparel, and that like I can't separate certain pieces of clothing from those trends, even though they're just like normal staples. Specifically like a pleated black mini skirt.
Yes.
It's like a skater skirt.
Skater. Oh, I was so into the skater skirts. My God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like people that weren't on Tumblr still knew about those things, but it's like, you don't know.
Yeah. You weren't there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I can't fully say it's my scene, but I'm like definitely appreciative of Tumblr
Yeah.
and its impact.
I feel like Substack has the potential
Yeah.
to kind of be a little bit of Tumblr for people of a certain age.
But it's like too professional. Like people are using their full
Yeah.
government names and yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Christina. This was so fun. It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you so much for having me on. This was a blast. I love getting to talk about Tumblr, so this was great.
Yay. Thank you so much.
All right. See you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.